Inter keen on Sanchez Zaha, fears Palace's pricing strategy, Camavinga to stay, a transfer roundup, and today's Thursday favourites all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first off, and unbelievably it seems, Inter Milan are actually interested in taking Alexis Sanchez from Manchester United to the club on a permanent basis. The Chilean forward has been on loan this season and, well, he didn't start too well, but since the break, he's actually come back and been in pretty good form. Inter Milan are hoping to finish inside the top three for the first time in 9 years, and he's been a big part of why they currently sit second in the table. He's got 3 goals in the last 8 games and 4 goals and 10 assists overall all season, and well, that's probably enough to secure him a permanent deal. Now, of course, when we talk about Alexis Sanchez, the main issue is the wages. About £400,000 per week is the amount of money that he's on at United, and they continue to subsidise some of that throughout his loan at Inter. And with 2 years left on his contract as well, it looks like he'll be on that money for a little while just yet. Of course, if he signs permanently, on one hand, United, if at all, aren't really going to ask for much of a transfer fee. He could even go on a free transfer. But is Sanchez going to take a pay cut? I kind of get the feeling he will if he really wants to secure a future at the top of European football. If he doesn't, he's going to look like a bit of a joke, and it's either another loan move or he's going to be moving out of the top 5 leagues. Anyway, Inter Milan could really do with him, especially as it looks like they may be losing Lautaro Martinez over the summer as well. So a front two of Sanchez and Lukaku is a pretty good deal. But from a deal which may be a good one to one that might not be so good, and that is Wilfried Zaha leaving Crystal Palace. It's another summer where Palace really want to hold on to Zaha, and another summer where Zaha really wants to leave and test himself at a higher level. The only issue is the money. Now, of course, Zaha is pretty desperate for a move and has told the club that, and Roy Hodgson said last week that he knows Zaha wants to leave. The problem is that he's Palace's best player by a country mile, even if he didn't have the best of seasons in the last few years. So 70 million, that's the price that Palace want to bring in for him, and it looks like other clubs aren't really going to pay it. Now, on the one hand, the reason it is so high is because when Crystal Palace signed Zaha back from Manchester United, there was a fee in the deal, a clause I should say, which said that Manchester United get 25% of any fee received when they sell him again. That means that, if they sell him for whatever it is, 60 million, 15 million of it goes to Manchester United. So Crystal Palace are going to up the fee a little bit more. So even though they're going to give more to Manchester United, they get to recoup more for themselves. For example, if they sell them for only 40 million, 10 million of that will be going away to United. Now, because of this, Wilfried Zaha fears that he will be staying at the club because no one's really going to pay that for him. I don't think he's worth that much money anyway. 70 million plus the impact of COVID over the summer means that teams aren't necessarily going to be spending so much. I mean, if you look at Arsenal, for example, one of the teams that Zaha's been linked with in the past, apparently their transfer budget for the whole year is going to be 40 to 50 million. So there's no way that they're going to spend that and then somehow find 20 million from somewhere else to spend on just one player. It's not going to happen. My feeling is that we'll be coming to the last day of the transfer window. Zaha will still be at Palace, and then someone like Everton will come in with a 50 million bid for him. But moving on to someone who will be staying at their club, according to Rennes president Nicolas Holzbeck, and that is Eduardo Camavinga. The 17-year-old, you probably should have heard of him by now, has been one of the best midfielders this year in his breakthrough campaign, one of the best number 6s in Europe. So it's no surprise the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and PSG are all interested in his services. The one issue, well, certainly before the season ended, was whether or not Rennes would make a Champions League space. If they did, it gives Camavinga not only the chance to test him at a higher level, not only does it give the club the chance to go into the Champions League with one of their best players, but also it gives the prospective clubs a chance to look at him and how he handles himself on the biggest European stage. Apparently the club want anywhere between 50 to 80 million for the midfielder. I don't really think anyone's going to be paying that for a 17-year-old this summer. So next season, the likes of, as I mentioned, Real, Bayern, Barca, PSG, whoever wants to sign him, Manchester City probably, they can take a look at him and how he handles himself in the Champions League against bigger opposition when his team are one of the massive underdogs. If it comes to this of flying colours, who knows, Rennes may be even able to charge more than the 50 to 80 million next summer. But as for the moment, as we mentioned, Holtweg, the president, has said that he doesn't expect anything with Bayern. There's no agreement in place, and because of the money that they want, he can't see the midfielder moving this summer. So next up, and all the paperwork has been signed, we're just waiting for the actual confirmation that Lille's Victor Osimhen is now a Napoli player. James Maddison has signed a new deal at Leicester worth $110,000 per week, which keeps him at the club until the middle of this decade. Jose Mourinho is interested in Porto's winger Jose Diaz, and lastly but not least, Joel Veltman, the Ajax defender, has joined Brighton. He's been added to their squad alongside Adam Lallana, the former Liverpool man, as we told you, signed for the South Coast club earlier in the week. Lastly but not least, we come to this week's Thursday favourites. This is where you guys ask me some of my favourite things in football in the comment section down below. This week's comes from the Middle, who has asked Matt, what are your 5 favourite kits that have already been released for the upcoming season? So, first off, and I know I'm a Spurs fan, but I'm actually going to go for Arsenal. I think it's a really nice kit. It's simple. I'm not crazy about the colour red. I think the collar looks quite nice though, and yeah, overall, considering how wacky some kits go these days, it's pretty simple and it's really, really nice. The second one is Barcelona's. Honestly, last season's Czech-Croatia sort of thing really didn't work. Barcelona have gone back to basics. There's blue, there's dark red stripes, everything looks great. There's a bit of yellow in there as well. It just looks so much smarter, even if Antoine Griezmann is modelling it. Third one, and Southampton. Not usually someone who brings out an outstanding kit, but this one's red with a big white sash over it. Just looks really smart. On top of this, the away kit's actually white with a red sash going the other way. And yeah, I just think it looks really cool. The fourth one is Roma's new kit. Always want to bring out an astounding kit, and I think it's because they've got great colours. Like, just everything suits with the Roma colours, and this season's kit is their regular colours with a couple of yellow and orange stripes around the breast area, and yeah, again, really, really smart kit for a super cool club. And finally, I've kind of gone off a little bit on this question. It's not a kit for next season. That is my number one choice. It is next season's Premier League football. The brand new Night Flight football looks awesome. And honestly, I don't really care about footballs normally, but this one looks really smart, so I thought I'd give it a special mention. So there you have it. That is all from me for today, including the Thursday favourites. But you guys let me know your thoughts on that and the rest of today's daily news in the comments section down below. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos that we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.